So in Scrum, at the end of the sprint, there is sprint review and also sprint retrospectives. But why do we need to have two separate events at the end of the sprint? What are the differences between sprint review and sprint retrospectives? What is the importance of keeping them separate? Why can't we just have one event at the end of the sprint instead? If these are the questions that you have been asking until today, and if you want to know the answer, stick around folks, because I will break down the differences right after this one. Hey, what's up everybody? For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome to the community of passionate changemakers. My name is Joshua Partugi. I'm a professional Scrum trainer based in Brisbane, Australia. If you're not a stranger on this channel, folks, welcome back to this channel. I hope you're having an awesome day today. Even though sprint review and sprint retrospectives are similar, as both are about reflecting the past to improve the future outcome, in today's video, we will break down the differences between sprint review and sprint retrospectives based on what is the purpose of each event, who are the participants in both of these events and who facilitate the conversation, what the participants are inspecting during both of these events, and lastly, what changes do participants make during both of these events. Today's video will be brief as I have already made a more elaborative video about the sprint review and the sprint retrospectives on this channel. So make sure you watch those two videos if you want to learn more about both of these two Scrum events. In today's video, I have also placed chapter markers to make it more convenient for you to navigate to the 4 points I mentioned earlier. Just hover the video player to see the chapter markers. Let's start with the objective of the sprint review and the sprint retrospectives. The purpose of the sprint review is to gather feedback that can improve the value of the product from the attendees. The keyword here is value of the product. The sprint review is not a UAT or user acceptance testing session. Before the sprint review, the increment should already be at a releasable state. The discussion during sprint review revolves around business aspects. In some cases, the sprint review is no different to the monthly review that companies are already doing. In some cases, you can see the product owner justify in front of the senior leaders of the company why additional funding is needed for developing the product. The sprint retrospectives, on the other hand, has a purpose to plan ways that can increase the quality of the product and the effectiveness of the Scrum team in delivering valuable and quality products. Now, the keyword here is quality and team effectiveness. The discussion during retrospectives mostly revolves around people, process, tools or technology aspects. In some cases, you can see the Scrum team members resolve conflicts between each other during the retrospectives. Sometimes the topic discussed during retrospectives can be very technical. Not only are the topics being discussed different, the participants and the facilitator of the events are also different. Now let's start with the participants in the sprint review. The sprint review is not only attended by the Scrum team, but also by others who have a stake or have an interest with the product that the Scrum team is developing. As the sprint review is a business-oriented event and the product owner is accountable for the value of the product, my personal preference is to have the product owner facilitate the discussion and present the sprint outcome to the attendees. Because the sprint retrospectives is about the Scrum team internals, it is only attended by the Scrum team. Yes, this includes the product owner too.
I'm the product owner. I'm a business person who should focus more on customer value. Why should I attend an event like Sprint Retrospective that can be very technical? It should be none of my business.
Now, every time I get this kind of comment from the product owner themselves, I reply back to them that even though you may not understand what the developers are discussing because it's too technical, but by being present, you have demonstrated to the Scrum team that you are part of the team and got their back. When you as a product owner are present during the retrospectives, you have demonstrated that there are no walls between you and the developers. Product owner's presence in the Scrum team is so much more powerful than any rhetoric written on the office walls. The sprint retrospectives can be facilitated by the Scrum Master, but in some cases, a developer in the Scrum team can step up to facilitate the discussion. A Scrum is about inspection and adaptation. Let's find out what the participants in each of these events inspect. As the sprint review is a business-oriented event, the participants inspect whether the sprint goal was achieved and how is the progress towards achieving the overarching product goal. The current state of the increment, the latest market condition, the remaining product backlog items, and the remaining budget for the product development is also inspected. Additional funding may be added if the senior leaders agree that the justification from the product owner is justifiable. If additional funding is not justifiable, some items in the product backlog should be removed. Additional product backlog items can emerge and can be swapped with the existing items in the product backlog. Now, during retrospectives, the Scrum team inspect their process in the sprint. the relationship between each other, and also the tools or the technologies they currently use. The Scrum team also inspect their current definition of done to see whether it's at a level where high quality products can be consistently delivered every single sprint. What is being adapted or the results of the sprint review and the sprint retrospectives is also different. As the purpose of the sprint review is to gather feedback from the attendees, the composition and the order of the product backlog will change. When the product backlog is not adapted during the sprint review, the Scrum Master can give a perk and ask the attendees whether there are any learnings about the current market condition. Companies that are resilient in today's turbulent market are the ones who are always learning. And that's why changes to the product backlog during sprint review is actually expected and should not be seen as a scope creep. Now, the result of the sprint retrospectives is actionable improvements that will be implemented in the next sprint. During sprint retrospectives, the definition of done and the process to develop the product may also change. As conflict resolution may happen during the sprint retrospectives, the Scrum team's agreement may also change. Just like the sprint review is about learning, the sprint retrospectives is also about learning. Awesome Scrum teams believe that they can always be better than yesterday. So these 4 points that I have just mentioned to you are the reason why the sprint review and the sprint retrospective should be run as 2 separate events. That is all from me today, folks. Hopefully today's video has given you new insights about what we should achieve through the sprint review and the sprint retrospectives. Don't forget to click that like button down below if you found this video insightful. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you will always be notified whenever I upload new videos onto this channel. And go watch these 2 videos here that elaborates the sprint review and the sprint retrospectives. See you until my next video, folks. Until then, stay curious and keep improving. Now deliver something amazing for your customers. Bye now.